I did not get the vaccine because people are dying from the vaccines. I also talked about a 12-year-old girl who got paralyzed because she got the vaccine and her parents were upset behind it. Also, the some of these teenagers have been dealing with heart attacks, and it's my choice that I did not get vaccinated. I just don't feel comfortable with it. So YouTube, as trifling as this platform is, they decided to remove my video. I really hope that YouTube crash. I hope that the whole thing, I'm to the point now. It started off where people were able to speak their mind, their freedom of speech, not violating anyone, not disrespecting anyone. But now I see that it's a huge agenda. It's to push the corrupt, the corporate, and your main narrative. Big brother watching your every daggone move. So they removed the video. It doesn't hurt me. I don't get paid for none of this. YouTube has really censored our freedom of speech, and anything that goes against our Constitution, it needs to burn. Anything that goes against our Constitution, we need to get rid of. So, YouTube or whoever is watching or monitoring or being a DM on my video, you know exactly where you're going to be going to. Hell. Y'all push all of this nasty stuff out here, this corruption stuff out here, and then when somebody's speaking the truth, you cut their stuff off. But then again, I can't complain about it. I'm really not that upset about it. Because matter of fact, one of you actually warned me and was like, maybe you may, because they may flag you. I don't care about YouTube. Is there another? I've been looking for another platform where the freedom of speech is freely on there. I don't care 2 cents and a nickel about YouTube. People are going to start waking up and going back to their normal lives instead of being monitored by YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all this other stuff. So you can remove the video, you can take down, if it don't matter, like I'm trying to tell you, YouTube is going to be a MySpace soon. Nobody's going to want to deal with it. A lot of people are walking away, and I'm talking about a huge walk away, because anytime you try to suppress the truth, when I go to look up stuff, I can't seem to find it like I used to find it back in the day, because you want to control it. YouTube is trifling. Trifling. Facebook, Instagram, all of what, Twitter. When Twitter went ahead and banned the American people from hearing from the United States of America, from hearing from the president of the United States of America, you banned the United States citizens from hearing from their president that people voted for. Anytime you can do that, you know daggone where the regular Joes, come on, you know what they're going to do to you. Oh no, she's talking about, matter of fact, I even know a guy. I'm back. Yeah, so YouTube got it. So somebody's just looking at my videos. Oh my gosh, she's talking about the vaccine. Hurry up. We need to delete the video. Oh my goodness, we just don't want a lot of people to hear from this person. Dang. Y'all was pressed and petty and pressed. So anyway, let me go back. So there is a guy on YouTube, and he literally talks about cars all day long. He's a mechanic. So he was basically saying, you don't want to get this car. You do want to get this car. Don't get this car. Don't. And when he starts saying that, now people literally follow him. Do you know they started to censor him and ban his videos? That's how trifling YouTube has become. You want to censor and ban people's videos because they're giving you the truth. That's why no one listens to Fox 5 and all of these fake news sources, because free press is gone. So they hit up YouTube, and now YouTube has gotten very big brother on everybody, because that was the whole agenda. It's been bought over by corporations that have their own agenda to push corruptness. It's okay for you to promote abominations. It's okay for you to promote all this sexual perversion, hate, death, all this type of stuff. But when somebody tells you the truth, when somebody talking the truth, you pulling the plug. We removed your content because it was a violation of our guidelines. Get out of here. Hello, how are you? Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just a little... thank you very much. I'm finding me a new platform today. Like, I'm going to do my due diligence, and I'm going to find me something else, because one thing we as the free, we don't like people controlling us and what we say out of our mouths. I don't like nobody trying to put a muzzle on me. I've been talking the way I've been talking on YouTube for over 7 years now. And now all of a sudden YouTube want to say, wait a minute, like, who's watching us? China? Is that the DMs? Now, I told y'all some years ago when I think I was ranting about something, somebody said, okay, Ramon. I said, oh snap, that's not a regular person. And I'm gonna tell you one thing too I noticed about YouTube. YouTube like to put out fake gossip. They like to create drama. Some of these made up groups, when I went to click on them, these people don't even have profiles, which let me know they're made up groups for drama. YouTube, you can go to hell. You've been sitting up here trying to stop the body of Christ, trying to stop the gospel. You don't want nobody to know the truth. Our freedom of speech is literally at stake here. It is under siege here. In this video too, they'll more than likely take down. I'm still not going to get the vaccine. How about that? You got your rap. See, and another thing too, from my understanding, especially what they did to Donald Trump, there was major states going after YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter that it's supposed to be going before Congress to shut these huge Big Brother so-called platforms down. You don't make so everything. I'm just like, no person should have that control to the point where you just like, we don't want you to talk about that. So what do you want me to talk about? Your narrative. Can't stand YouTube anyway. That's why I kind of like literally stopped doing videos on this rinky-dink platform, because they called it algorithm, but they just started doing that lately. But they literally start like just blocking your videos to make sure that your stuff don't get out. As long as you're going with their narrative, as long as you're going with their agenda. But oh my gosh, if you're not following along with everyone else and being slaughtered, then wait a minute, we gotta shut you down because your voice can be so powerful. YouTube, you can go to hell. How about that? How about that? YouTube, you can go to hell. Matter of fact, if you push in the devil plan, you are going to hell. And everybody behind the computer is better than YouTube, please. Because I just uploading videos on this platform now, it's just like, for what? These people that are behind the computers that are sitting up here censoring, you're nobodies. These folks are going straight to hell. Oh no, you can't talk about this. Oh, this is a violation. You went ahead, as soon as this so-called vaccine crap got pushed, next thing you know, everybody that talked about any type of vaccine, you got this so-called commercial underneath your video. I didn't ask nobody to put that underneath mine. The freedom of speech is gone on these platforms. I'm so disgusted with YouTube. We got to go somewhere else to look for it. And then they're going to try to go there too. Where did everybody go? Nobody's looking at YouTube anymore. People are walking away. Could it be because we suppressed and stopped the freedom of speech? Controlled? Like, what do y'all got, robots around? Like, what are y'all doing? You spend all day long just trolling somebody's video. Oh, no, talking about Jesus, delete them. Oh, no, going against what the world is doing, delete them. Oh, no, going against the, our whole agenda, delete them. Delete them. That's okay. I was pressed, just pressed. One of these told me, he was like, you may want to take it down, but I'm not taking jack down. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. I'm not taking no vaccine. When you got kids and teenagers and mothers and fathers and folks dying because of the after effects, I'm not taking that chance. And I'm not going to stop speaking the truth either. Just pissed me off with that. It ain't even like I had like 600,000 subscribers. But it was, oh my gosh, it's too much truth. Hurry up, take her down. Hurry up. Delete her videos. And then we'll sit up there and send me something. We removed your content. Well, you know what? God is going to remove you. How about that? God is going to remove you. We are going into a whole new era here. YouTube is going, like I said, YouTube is going to be the old MySpace. Nobody goes to YouTube anymore because you can't seem to find. You used to be able to go on YouTube, and I used to be able to like, okay, some things are going on. Let me look up. Somebody had a dream about this. I know they did. Let me look it up, and bam, I used to always be able to find it. Them days are gone. The days of when you can go and you can hear someone conservative talk, when somebody was given a revelation, it's like YouTube has literally did it on purpose. But guess what? Don't worry, just the way you deleted my videos, I'll be deleting myself from your stupid platform. Because you're nothing without real people. It's pissed me off with that. And everybody else, I'm not going to sit up. I would not be moved. I don't care what anybody say. I'll find another platform. I've been looking at another platform. I would do just that. Because I'm just total. And another thing too that I can't stand about this dag on YouTube, I will put a Christian cartoon on for my daughter. I'm talking about, I'll be like, okay, YouTube, Jesus cartoon. So we got Jesus cartoons going, but then a corrupt commercial will come up while we're watching cartoons. You didn't stop that though from my daughter seeing some corruptness, did you? We looking at a Jesus cartoon and you got some guy kissing another guy on a commercial. You got some wicked demonic movie with some conjuring demon in a commercial. You didn't stop that though, did you? Oh, y'all want to know the truth about YouTube? Let me spill the beans. So a couple of years back, we were looking at YouTube, and my niece was so upset. And it's because a commercial came up where a person got shot, where people were running from a gunman, and the gunman ended up shooting somebody's brains out. And it literally, my niece started crying thanks to YouTube. And you got an audacity to sit up here and remove the truth, but you're okay with promoting violence. You're okay with desensitizing our children to harshness. You're trifling. Your whole platform is trifling. Oh, and if you want to skip commercials, you can go ahead and join this. You promote witchcraft, add commercials where, chicks were all of a sudden in voodoo magic. This is YouTube. So why, I'm not tripping off of you, YouTube, but you were that pressed to remove my video, the reason why I didn't get vaccinated. My choice, my body, but because it didn't go with your agenda, you removed my video. Father, I really pray that you do something to distort YouTube, that its platform won't grow anymore. That's what I'm gonna start doing, because when things get to the point where it's just like it's out of my hands, I'll just pray and ask God to remove it. And I'm gonna tell you something. There's been many times people in my life, certain situations, and God will do it. YouTube think it's doing me some favors. I was the one on your platform over what? Some years ago, before y'all became corrupt, before y'all sold in for dollars. Can't believe they moved my. I'm talking about what video? They're talking about we removed your content. What video did you remove? Now you got people out here, I can't really say that because I don't want them to flag me. No, screw them. Nah, excuse my mouth. You don't need to be like that. Nah, but you don't ever suppress the truth because somebody's like, you can't say that here. We'll go somewhere else then. Nobody wants to be on your platform anymore. How about that? Everybody looking at YouTube like it's old, it's washed up, freedom of speech is gone. I even looked up a video on YouTube. I had to type it in, people leaving YouTube because of freedom of speech. And yes, they are. YouTube will be something of the past. And you remember at one point in time how great you used to be when people could speak up and people had freedoms. But you went along with this whole agenda. That's why I'm just so done with it. I'm so done with it. And no, I'm not gonna tiptoe around Jack. So all I can say is for folks that subscribe to my videos, try to look. I'm gonna try to look for another platform. I think it was the two ladies, too, Silk and Diamond and Silk. They even was like, they're conservative women, and they even got censored. I'm like, who the heck does YouTube think it is? They're going to be like, I can see them right now to the CEO, our numbers just dropped dramatically. What's going on? Sir, I think it's because we've been suppressing the freedom of speech of real citizens that we used to be successful as we are today. How dare they take my video down? And they're gonna have a nerve to say, we removed your content because it's against our it's against our. Are you kidding me? You remove the content. Yeah, I'm going somewhere else. I just can't do YouTube no more. Like YouTube is, as you can see, I'm still on YouTube. But YouTube is some trash. I said it, YouTube, you're some trash. Dirt bags. It's not going to hurt me if you remove the video. All I can say is to folks that subscribe, you better, if I'm live, hurry up and get in and hear it. Because the thing is now, it's not that YouTube removed my content. YouTube removed you guys from hearing from it. You got to look at the bigger agenda here. They didn't want you to hear it. They didn't want you to know the truth. They decided to make an executive decision over your grown lives that they did not want your ears to hear from Ramona Hines. Little old me, 4'11", little old me, they did not want you to hear from me. I caused that much damage, really? Am I corrupting something here? That's the same thing what they did to President Donald Trump. When they went ahead and Twitter and Facebook went ahead and shut his stuff down, they removed the American people. And I already told you, if you notice, when I sit up here and do these videos, some of my videos be distorted. That's not because of my phone. That's not because of the network. That's because YouTube don't want you to hear from me. Especially when you notice when I talk and it's going in and out. And they be sitting there being, why don't you download the app? Heck no. So you can be following me now? Why don't you do this and do that? I'm not doing nothing. The only thing I want to do is talk about the truth. You're in violation of our guidelines. You're in violation of our guidelines. You're not going along with our lives. And we cannot have people waking up because they hear from you. So we had to remove your content. Whatever. There's another Christian woman that I listened to, Beverly Church in the Wilderness. She even had, they even posted a violation on her. I mean, this is not just me. This is not just me. And you know what? Sometimes, you know what somebody said? I was listening to this man's dream. God was revealing him about an end time dream. And he said that, you know, the demon had asked him, well, what was the dream about? And he was like, what do you think it was about? Because that demon wanted him to translate it. He was basically saying that when God gives you a dream, you can't always share it out in the open so the enemy knows what it is. And you know what that gave me a revelation? Underground churches. Churches is going to start going back to not being so broadcasted so the devil and the enemy can have his way. Because if a person is literally talking about salvation, getting your life together, following the commandments, and here go YouTube, oh no, this is a violation, winning souls, delete. We gotta go back to the point where we're not allowing Big Brother to always be in our daggone lives and in our conversations. And yes, you would think that, but isn't it helping that it's going a long way to people that could be in Florida or in Arkansas? Yes, that is helping, but it's also hurting too, because now these entities think that they can suppress your and my freedom of speech. And then say, your laws have no jurisdiction on our platform. You got a lot of congressmen and women that's just like, oh yeah, really? That's why I'm not gonna feel bad when they take possession of Facebook, Mike Zuckerberg, when they take control over his stuff. Well, you the one started all of this suppressing stuff in Twitter too. I'm not gonna feel bad. And y'all jokers gonna be the main ones talking about you done went ahead and switched over and created a monster, and now it done turned on you. I'm not stupid. I already know. But in order for people, I don't care if it means it got to 5 people before they remove the video, I got to tell the truth. This is my walk, my life. When did it get to the point that I have to put a muzzle on my daggone mouth? I got folks and family members that die for the freedoms of my speech. This country, our Constitution is being violated here. And the people that are in office should all be locked up for treason. And then you got YouTube over here, just eyeballing every single move. And now this was against our, we removed your content because it was against the violation of our Father, please just shut it all down. I'm like this. If it ain't God's way, it shouldn't be nobody's way. Shut it down, Father. Like, y'all, please let me know what other platforms. Please let me know what other platforms are out there, because I'm gonna be doing, like I said, I'm gonna be looking into that today. I'm gonna be looking into that today, because I'm done with sitting up here playing around with folks that just, feel like I belong to you. My voice belong to you now. They never had an issue with it all them years, but all of a sudden, oh no, shut her down. I can see the guy where she only has about 60 people that looked at it, but still shut it down. More and more people are starting to look into it. And then God had to show me a dream too, where my views were being filtered. Like they were making sure I didn't have the views. That's why I don't trip off of it. I don't trip at the number count. Y'all better start speaking up. Can't stand YouTube. Matter of fact, I was looking up. I was looking on YouTube about alternative platforms other than YouTube. You don't keep feed. Look, and when it becomes a freaking demon, you don't feed it. You get rid of it. You walk away from it. It worked at one point in time, but it ain't working no more. And you will find that the majority of the people, they're going to go where the truth is. They're not going to go where things are being suppressed and people are just laying down and taking it. Like, what the heck? You act like I was out there doing something crazy. No, I'm telling folks, this is the reason why I have decided that I am not going to get the vaccine. They haven't done enough study on it. They just came up with this vaccine like overnight, and people have been dying. And I do not want to take that chance with my life. Oh, we gotta shut her down. Oh, we gotta shut her down for that. Oh. Yeah, I was pressed. Let me calm down. Let me calm down, y'all. Y'all, let me calm down. Because y'all was real pressed. Talking about we removed your content. I'm like, what content did y'all remove? I'm looking through, like, seeing what content are we talking about here. And I noticed, wait a minute. My video is missing about why, because somebody asked me about the jab, and I answered the question, and I answered my thoughts on the jab. But see, now they don't want you to see that there are real people out here with real serious views that are not going to jump over the cliff and land on those huge boulders like everybody else. They really didn't want you to hear that. They really did not want y'all to hear that at all. They didn't want you to hear it, and everything I was saying was facts. That's just like I went to look up some months back, E.T. a Common Sense. I'm like, I know he know what's going on. Let me see what's going on with him. Man, they removed him and banned him from YouTube. YouTube is trifling. They did that to Alex Jones. I don't mean no harm. Alex Jones, that would you find out something going on, you go to look up and see what's going on with Alex Jones know what's going on. As soon as you click on his job, he already there on the scene, showing you the evidence in hand. Alex Jones is one of those people who show it with the camera, and everything was quiet and everything was smooth until this reporter. This is when reporting was real. When it was free press, when they really brought you the 411. This reporter jumped out of nowhere with this daggone, this daggone blowhorn talk about president. What about this and this and the third? Like Alex Jones was on it. Nobody was looking at the other news source anymore because they knew they were fake, phony. And the way they took this man down is they had to destroy his character by trying to use Sandy Hook like as if he was the gunman, like as if he was the one who did the crime. They shut down all of his platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and it was a shame. And it was dangerous too because if you ignored that, you don't understand. They could do the same thing to you, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're shutting you down. They don't want the people to hear from you. But when they did that to the President of the United States of America, these people should have been jailed for that. The disrespect that they did across the globe, across the world, when they went ahead and they banned the American people from hearing from the President of the United States of America by shutting him down on Twitter and Facebook, that should have been automatically a jail time. I don't care if you had to make up a daggone law. You don't ever do that to the Commander-in-Chief, the President of the United States. I don't care what he did. It was disrespectful. And then later on, you had all these people that grilled them and screamed at them, but these people did not get locked up. And then people say, you search them right. I'm like, yeah, until it happens to you. Oh, but now that's what's going on now. See, if the president, then billionaire, had multiple attorneys because he had lawsuits on every single angle that was coming in. So he had his own defense team on every single angle, slapping him down. What do you think is going to happen to you that don't have an attorney? That's why we cannot support these folks who are literally against our freedoms, against our Constitution. I'm not glad they shut his Twitter down because I wanted to hear from it, and they shut me down from hearing from Trump's Twitter. I didn't need them to babysit. I don't need nobody to babysit for me. I'm a grown woman. I should be able to hear what I want to hear when I want to hear it. And some of y'all didn't vote for Trump, but I did. I did. I didn't vote for the guy that's in office now, but I voted for Trump. So I wanted to hear from the president that I voted for. And Twitter did not allow me to hear from the President of the United States of America. But what I'm saying is that that was a dangerous thing to do to a commander of chief, and then now you're doing it to the American people now. And I said I had a dream. And I told y'all about the dream when the dream was basically showing me that Donald Trump was not going to be on a second term. And I was crying really bad, and I told him he did a really good job. But what they did to you is wrong. Talking about the media, the news anchors, all of these outlets, social media, what they did was wrong. And I said this out of my mouth. This is going to affect the presidents to come, meaning they're not going to put a righteous president in power. We're going to be dealing with issues. I was crying really bad, like I was mourning. I never had a dream about Donald Trump, but all of the stuff that we're seeing right now, this right here is only the beginning, y'all. This right here is only the beginning. Whether or not you like that president, whether or not you voted or you didn't vote, it was still the simple fact. If you are the president, if you are the commander-in-chief, how dare any platform shut you down from the American people and shut us out from hearing from you? That was very dangerous. So that's why I'm not even really tripping too much about YouTube, because Because, like I said, if you could do that to the commander-in-chief, y'all, what you say, actually, you can sit up here and say, I bought these Nikes, and I'm really not feeling it. I really don't like it. Delete. Oh, you're going against our guidelines. Because Nike feel like you hurt them. Just like the guy who gives you content about cars because he's a mechanic. This is a great car to buy. This is the worst car to buy. Now all of a sudden he's been deleted because it's hurting the automotive, it's hurting their businesses because of what he's saying, because he got pulled. And now it's gotten to the point where when people are literally talking about the, what are they talking about? When they're talking about the stock markets and stuff, because they feel like it has influences on the market, that they don't even want people to talk about it anymore because it has influences on the stock market. And people are like, well, all I was doing was just basically, no, but you can't talk about that. See, this is called freedom of speech. It's under siege here. But maybe this is the reason why they wanted to put the muzzles on everybody, the mask, because you can't hear somebody screaming when they got something over their mouth being dragged away. You'll be like, what was that? Tony, you better take heed. Y'all, look, y'all gonna remember. If you living right now and you listening to this, y'all gonna remember the day when we had freedom of speech to speak our minds. You remember that. And remember too, when it was under siege and under attack, and how many folks just sat there and just let it happen and still went along with the agenda. And now you got to look out the windows, make sure your house ain't bugged, your phones are in the microwave in order for you to talk. Certain state that doesn't go along with their agenda. These people really think that we belong to them. They really think that. They really believe. I mean, your phone is already a bug. Because look, I was talking to somebody about. I could be talking about PVC piping. I could be talking about PVC piping. Next thing you know, whoop, PVC piping on my phone. I'm like, you know what it is. But my thing is, it's a shame that we've come to the point where I'm literally having my little rant because somebody, this so-called system decided they did not want me to tell my side, the reason why I have decided not to get a jab. Like I said, I'm a grown woman. I don't need anyone to filter anything for me. And it's the same thing with y'all. It literally stopped y'all from listening to it. For those of you that didn't see the video, now you can't see it because YouTube didn't want you to see it. See, I wasn't going to get paid for the video. I don't get paid for any of my videos. And if you notice, if you go back through all my videos, okay, 60 views here, 100 views there, 200 here maybe, 40, 30. They made sure my number's not going up so people don't see it, That's their agenda. But they want to make sure your ears don't hear jack about it. And that is something that was totally against y'all. So, like I said, YouTube can crash and burn all I care. I don't care. They're not doing anything for me. They're not paying any bills for me. And like I said, it's been a lot of corrupt stuff that they have allowed to get through to the innocent children. I remember one time my baby was I was sleeping, and my baby was looking at a Jesus cartoon, because we always talk looking at Jesus cartoons. My child knows the gospel. So I think we were looking at Noah's Ark, and I was sleeping and some shit, and I woke up and I literally ran to the TV. I literally ran and I turned my daughter around. And when I looked up, it was a demonic commercial of some conjuring demon that looked like a real freaking entity on screen. And I was thinking like that was nothing but the Holy Ghost that woke me up. Because if my daughter would have seen something like that, that probably would have paralyzed her. But guess who allowed that to get through? YouTube! That thing had glowing eyes. It looked like a huge shadow. Would have scared the daylights out of any child. But YouTube allowed that to get through. To a 5-year-old. Tried to get through to a 5-year-old. But mama caught that. But my video on the reason why I have decided to make an executive decision on when I get the jab, because I saw that a lot of folks have passed away from it. YouTube went ahead and removed my content. Trifling. It's trifling. These are the days we living in now. When we used to be, I guess when I'm old and hunched over, hopefully I don't be hunched over. Hopefully I don't have no hunchback. But I remember, I could see right now me telling my children, if the Lord didn't come back by then, but telling my grandchildren, it used to be a day that we could have our freedoms. Like we could talk. And now, y'all can't even do that. Like you said, we can't even, Kim Burrell. When Kim Burrell went ahead and she was speaking up against the abominations that God told us not to do, somebody taped that from church. And when they did that, it released. And then, of course, it hurt our contracts and all this other stuff. That's why certain things that we talk about, we got to get away from these platforms that want to control it. Shut them all the way down. Because if they don't got no gas or no electric, how can the car move? Huh? It's just going to be old. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day today. I'm going to get over that. And I'm going to find me another platform. Because, and again, this video is about YouTube and its triflingness. But I can probably see them shutting it down because, oh my gosh, she's telling the truth now. Oh my goodness. But little old me. I'm not the one with 700,000 subscribers. Why you feel so threatened? It's because of a voice can do a lot of things. And they know that. They know that. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day today.